Non-Europeans of Reddit, what's the first country that comes to mind when you hear the word Europe? I'll just keep naming them as they come to mind: Germany and GT, Spain and GT, France and GT, Liechtenstein and GT, Estonia and GT, Switzerland and GT, Italy and GT, Ireland and GT, Malta and GT, Portugal and GT, Norway and GT, Sweden and GT, Montenegro and GT, Kosovo and GT, Greece and GT, North Macedonia and GT, Albania and GT, Slovenia and GT, Finland and GT, Croatia and GT, Hungary and GT, Bosnia and Herz and GT, Romania and GT, the Holy See and GT, Moldova and GT, Transnistria and GT, Ukraine and GT, Russia and GT, Serbia and GT, Austria and GT, Slovakia and GT, Lithuania and GT, Latvia and GT, UK and GT, Poland and GT, Belarus and GT, Turkey and GT, Andorra and GT, Monaco and GT, Cyprus and GT, Northern Cyprus and GT, Bulgaria and GT, Belgium and GT, Luxembourg and GT, Netherlands and GT, Denmark. He'd do better with a blank map instead of just imagining one. What's an underrated pizza topping? A commemorative tote bag filled with spicy vegetarian chili. Also, the pizza should be rolled in a blueberry pancake, dipped in batter and fried until golden brown. On the pizza there should be a French crepe loaded with egg, gruyere, sausage, and portobello mushrooms. This in turn wraps a deep-fried gordita shell topped with guacamole, followed by a corn husk filled with pico de gallo. On the inside of the gordita is a beef taco wrapped in a flour tortilla with refried beans. The flour tortilla wraps a savory corn tortilla loaded with Monterey Jack cheese. As a final touch, a taco complete with ground beef, nacho cheese, lettuce, tomato, and a spicy southwestern sauce. What was it like being a child in the 1980s? My team, the MN Twins, won the World Series for the first time. That year I memorized stats from baseball cards. I even got to go to Game 2. I learned programming on a TI 994A. My dad bought me a Nintendo and watched me explore The Legend of Zelda. No guides, no YouTube, just total exploration. My dad also let me watch Jaws at age 6. I wanted to be an astronaut, but then I saw the Challenger explosion. I did see Halley's Comet in 1986, though. I read the comics in the newspaper every morning, especially The Far Side, Calvin, and Hobbes, and Garfield. I also looked up sports scores for the Twins and a player who came from my hometown. I remember biking everywhere and just wandering the neighborhood to see who was home. Pickup baseball and football was pretty common. By the end of the 80s I was into D and fantasy things, which was super not cool at the time. What mythical creature/cryptid has the most evidence of actually existing? Someone made the argument that unicorns could very well have been rhinos, but there's also a lot of evidence that the kraken and similar sea monsters were birthed from sightings of giant squids. Giant squids can get up to 40 to 50 feet long, but biologists are pretty sure they can get even bigger. And the colossal squids are on the smaller size, 30 to 40 feet, big with far larger bodies and larger beaks. Colossal squids also have the added bonus of having rows of hooks around their suckers. While not seen very often, and certainly not ones to attack boats, it's pretty safe to assume that the kraken takes came from giant or colossal squids.